Paternity court cases often leave lasting scars on families. They can either reunite long-lost lovers or uncover shocking truths, triggering intense emotions.
She brought Gracie into the relationship just for herself. I knew she liked women.
Here are 20 instances where the parties had difficult reactions in paternity court.
You are these young girls' biological father.
Number 20, Williams versus Liddell. 3 daughters born to Liddell sought a paternity test, questioning if the man they knew as their father truly was related to them. Liddell, their mother, had a history of promiscuity, straining their relationship. As a potential solution seemed within reach, chaos erupted when James Williams, the uncertain father, made surprising statements about the girls. The situation escalated further when Liddell, torn between truth and cruelty, chose her words, leaving even the judge in disbelief.
Mr. Reed appear in court today because you say he denies your 1-year-old daughter.
Number 19, Daniel Marsh v. Torrance Reed. Daniel Marsh's high school love story took an unexpected turn. She met Torrance at 18, believing they were in a committed relationship despite the distance between them. Torrance, however, had different intentions and later shocked Danielle by introducing her to his wife during a vacation he invited her to. After spending 7 years together, Danielle faced accusations of infidelity when they appeared in paternity court regarding their 1-year-old daughter, Tamari. With her mother's support, Danielle fought back, but surprising truths about her own actions came to light, revealing a complex situation.
How long did this mistake
It lasted, I'd say, about 2 years.
2 years?
Number 18, Michael Griffin v. Sheila Richmond. Cheating with your wife's sister is a betrayal that goes beyond just infidelity, and Mr. Griffin has indeed crossed a line that his wife cannot forgive. Astonishingly, he claimed his actions were a mistake for 2 years, a claim that's hard to believe considering the duration and repetition of his affair. Now he finds himself in court, attempting to prove that his daughter is the result of his regrettable situation.
We met at a church. It was supposed to be like a Bible study thing. Instead of that, it's like unprotected sex.
Number 17, Jamila Webster versus Terry House Church. Pastor and Bishop Terry House was in court in defense of sleeping with a girl 28 years younger than him. Jamila Webster was an innocent churchgoer and was attending Bible study in his church. But he wasn't only teaching her, he wanted to study her too. When her mother died, she confided in the pastor. He decided that it was the right time to comfort her with his rod and staff. But making matters worse, he didn't see anything wrong with his actions. He called her names, and this affected Jamila, who wasn't expecting such words from a man of God. But Jamila was also not sleeping with him alone. Andre Miles Jones was in court for a paternity test for her child, and he hopes he is Amilan's biological father. Well, let's find out.
She brought Gracie into the relationship just for herself. I knew she liked women.
Number 16, Thomas versus Angela. In this intriguing case at number 16, Thomas had been married to Angela for over 20 years, and together they had 3 sons. Angela, however, was not content with just her husband. She also had a romantic relationship with Gracie on the side. Thomas, being understanding, accepted this unconventional arrangement and even allowed Gracie to move into their home, forming a complex triangular relationship. The trio faced a challenge when they wanted to have children, requiring Thomas to be involved. Surprisingly, the situation didn't turn sour because of dissatisfaction or unrequited love. Instead, the relationship suffered because Thomas simply couldn't fulfill all their needs.
Actually, she wanted to go out and have a good time with me.
And you said, sure.
Number 15, Taylor Holthouse versus Carl Chennaud. Sometimes when your girlfriend isn't giving you what you want to stop caring and look outside for love and care. But Carl decided to not just look outside, but to take something that belonged to his girlfriend. He took her daughter. He got a text from Taylor asking, "Are you coming?" It was a mistake, but Carl saw an opportunity, and boy did he take it. Their relationship lasted 6 months, and to make matters worse, Carl wasn't just enjoying the benefits of the daughter, he was still involved in the affairs of the mother.
We got intoxicated, we had a one-time thing, and that was it, which was a big mistake.
Number 14, Arthur v. Eugene. In the case at number 14, Arthur and Eugene found themselves in court questioning the true identity of their biological father. They were torn between the man they had always believed to be their father and the one they knew as their uncle, leading to a challenging legal situation. To make matters worse, the mother admitted to sleeping with their father and having a one-time thing with her brother under intoxication. Yep, we have a case of incest on our hands. With their mother uncertain about the identity of the father and the brothers displaying differing appearances, the court faced the daunting task of determining whether their biological connection lay with their presumed father or Uncle Ronnie.
You constantly accused me of it, and I kept telling you, you're going to keep pushing, and it's going to happen.
Number 13, Wanda Pence versus Larry Patrick. At 13, Larry Patrick, a generous and hospitable man, welcomed a guest into his home shared with his girlfriend. Shockingly, she not only allowed the man to stay, but also engaged in a relationship with him. To make everything worse, she blamed Patrick for everything. Could you believe this? She claimed that he didn't trust her and was always accusing her of sleeping with other men, and she did it. Her mistake led to twins, and it was necessary to find who their father was, Larry or a stranger.
Who do you believe his father is?
My brother David.
Number 12, Daniel v. Donna. Daniel Vogel found himself in a difficult situation, burdened by owing over $40,000 in child support to Donna. He contested the paternity of the son he was supposed to financially support, even claiming to know the child's real father. To add to the drama, Daniel accused Donna of having a child with his own brother, shocking the courtroom attendees, including Judge Lauren.
Intoxicated. He's not there. Me and her talk, and the talk led to something else.
Number 11, Byron Pace versus Rashid Fox. Byron's world was shattered when he discovered the possibility that his best friend, Sam, could be the father of Rashida Fox's son. Rashida had betrayed him by having an affair with Sam, leaving a painful memory etched in Byron's mind. Despite their claims of intoxication, the truth about the child's paternity remained a pressing issue that needed resolution. The situation weighed heavily on Byron, who hoped for a solution to the paternity problem that had emerged.
My son is married to a whore. I'm not a whore.
Oh,
I'm speaking how he
Number 10, Cheating Wife. Cheating has always been a deal breaker in most marriages. However, in this scenario, Tammy Tucker's husband might have encouraged his wife to cheat on him. Nonetheless, emotions run high as a husband, an ex-partner, and a one-night stand face off, trying to determine the paternity of a child. The truth is about to be unveiled as they seek answers in this dramatic courtroom showdown.
Because he was a lying, cheating piece of trash.
Oh.
Number 9. Richard Raines versus Clara Owens. Miss Clara Rowe has always believed her daughter deserves to have a father as a role model in her life and seeks to establish that her child is indeed her estranged husband's, even though he left before she became pregnant. Richard, on the other hand, isn't having any of the claims and believes, according to his own timeline, that the pregnancy couldn't have been his.
Well, you don't know if he's your dad or not because you don't look like your dad and he might not be your dad.
Number 8. Richard Lapine versus Miss Lapine. Richard Lapine's situation was undeniably harsh, imprisoned for not paying child support, only to later discover he might have been supporting another man's child all along. The quest for truth was paramount for him, even though facing that reality could be incredibly painful. The complexities of paternity and the emotional toll it took on him highlighted the challenging and often heart-wrenching aspects of such situations. He needed the truth, but sometimes the truth hurts. Or not.
You are certain the plaintiff is Robin and Jermaine Jr.'s father.
Number 7. Mr. Benning Heartbroken X2. Sometimes people are not lucky when it comes to relationships, and Mr. Benning is one unlucky man who fell in love with a Karen. one of the worst Karens alive. He suspected that his wife cheated on him and decided to go to paternity court. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right? Then, the worst happened, and Mr. Benning realized that he had been a fool. And it didn't even happen just once.
100% sure he's the father and claim today's results will prove your case.
Number 6. Mr. Tidwell versus Mrs. Tidwell. In the intense paternity case at number 6, Mrs. Tidwell vehemently insisted that her 10-month-old son belonged to Mr. Tidwell. However, he vehemently disagreed, asserting that their relationship was casual and he never considered it serious. Despite Mrs. Tidwell's denial of any involvement with another man during conception, Mr. Tidwell remained unconvinced, likening the pregnancy news to a magic trick. Judge Lauren faced a challenging task, determined to uncover the truth, even if it meant delivering unfavorable results for both parties involved.
Quinil Jr. is not your biological child.
Yes, Your Honor.
Number 5. Quinil Jones and his cheating wife. What is worse than realizing that your wife or fiancé cheated and you've been raising another man's kid, when you realize that she's making you question yourself and doubt that you're right? Quinil Jones knew something was wrong in his relationship, and he wondered if the child he was spending his life with was actually his or for another man. With the help of his mom, they approached the paternity court and sought Judge Lauren's help. But even Judge Lauren wasn't ready for what happened in her court that day.
You believe their mother had slept around and was unfaithful to you. You were in a relationship.
Number 4. Johnny versus Cheryl Rubin. Cheryl wanted a father, and she thought Johnny was her biological father, even though he rarely acted like one. But when Johnny outright denied her, she needed to set the record straight and be at peace. They approached the paternity court, and Judge Lauren had a mouthful as Mr. Johnny never planned to be peaceful, and all hell soon broke loose.
So I'm gonna move somebody into the house. Who'd you move in? One of my exes.
Number 3. Mustafa Matlock versus May Monroe. Everyone loves surprises, but no one wants to leave home for something important only to see their wives pregnant. But Mr. Matlock got the not-so-pleasant surprise when he got back home and his wife, May Monroe, was pregnant. To make matters worse, she allowed her ex to spend some nights sometime before, and 5 years down the road, Mr. Matlock is confused. Is he the father of May's daughter, Kenya, or does it belong to her ex? It was beginning to destroy the relationship, and they came to paternity court for answers.
Mr. Brown, do you believe you are Genesis' biological father?
No, I do not.
Number 2. Mr. Brown versus Miss Lever. Sometimes it is just hard to believe that you aren't the biological parent of a child you watch grow and take their first step. In this case, Mr. Brown is emotional, and he really believes he is the father of Miss Lever's baby. However, not all wishes come true.
How did you marry him if he already had a wife?
Because he didn't have a wife.
Number 1. Ashley Brown versus Mr. Shinoster. The case in our number 1 spot today is quite interesting. Imagine you're in a relationship with someone who suddenly decided to forget all about you and wipe you off their memory. This was the case of Miss Brown and Mr. Shinoster. Mr. Shinoster denied her and her baby. He claimed he wasn't the father and they were never together, even when she claimed that they were married and a couple. Well, it was pretty sure that a paternity test was going to be the solution, and it was a lot of drama for Judge Lauren. If you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to show your support by giving it a thumbs up. Share your thoughts in the comments below and hit that subscribe button to stay updated with our thrilling content. For your next entertainment fix, click on the next video to witness more astonishing reactions in the world of paternity court. Stay tuned for more intriguing stories.